In the last episode, we got a chance to get up close and personal with the plants in the waterfall walk. In this episode, we'll be making our third stop to the Lost World in this 5-part tour of Gardens by the Bay.
Let's continue our way up to the top here.
Great.
So the designers of this place wanted you to feel like you were climbing the mountain on your own. So they let you cheat and you take the lift up to the 6th floor, but you have to climb the stairs to get to the 7th.
Yeah.
We actually entered on the 3rd floor, so you feel like you're climbing. You have a little palate cleansing for your mind as you go through the elevator and transition up here to the Lost World.
Well, it felt a little warm there for a second there, you know?
Yep. So unlike a real cloud forest, where it gets colder and colder the higher you get, ours actually gets warmer as we go up.
Nepenthes?
Yes, Nepenthes. We are building a collection of Nepenthes here with different species and cultivars.
And is this Dischidia?
Yes, yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
This is a really cool Hoya.
Wow.
Pretty flowers today.
Oh, I love this one. Is this Linaria? Yeah. I don't have that one. That's a really nice one. Do you know what this head of Dischidia is?
I don't have
This
to.
might be rustifolia. I'm not sure.
Yeah, you know these better than I do.
It's the things that you grow indoors, you know. That's the most amazing thing is that you come to places like this and you get so excited because you're like, I could grow that indoors. Maybe not as like flush as these, but.
Yep, so yeah, we're doing it all indoors here. These guys are really cool. This is my redwood. Really curious to watch how they grow.
Yeah.
These guys we put in just because we didn't know where else to put them.
Yeah.
And they just waited. They were about 3-4 feet tall for like 3 or 4 years, and then it's just shot to the roof. And it's interesting because we talked about how it's warmer up here. Up at the top here, I bet it hits 95 almost on a daily basis, and the humidity we can keep high here where we're at. But up there in that void, I bet the humidity drops to 25-30%.
You're gonna feel like you want to build this dome a little bit higher after a while, after you watch some of these grow. I mean, we're only 7 years into this or so.
Yeah, it's amazing how much things grow here with 365 days of summer outside and 365 days of spring inside.
You got some really interesting ones here, some Pilea, I think Pilea glauca, right? And this is Pelionias and some Apicias, right? Are these Apicias?
Yeah, yep. Absolutely.
Yeah. Very cool. And these begonias are just beguiling. It's really
Beguiling.
very nice.
Very cool. If you like begonias, we've got even more downstairs.
Well, you know, I have to say, I wasn't necessarily the biggest begonia fan, but I've been coming over to the begonia side. But I really do like the more succulent versions.
Yes.
So, which you'd probably appreciate because, you know, you're more of a cacti guy. We got some like jewel orchids here, some Ludicea discolors. Here are some peperomias. I really would love to know this species of Peperomia. I'm guessing you don't know it, but
No, I can look for it.
yeah. I have this one at home, and I do not know the species of that one. This is the one, I think, Peperomia that doesn't have a Peperomia inflorescence. You do have a ton of bromeliads that we haven't seen, and the Legos for all Lego lovers.
Yep, we've got the world's largest flower here.
Rafflesia? Oh,
Rafflesia.
but a fake Rafflesia.
Plasticofolia is what we call it. Yep, some more peperomias here.
Peperomia caparata. These are so gorgeous. The little texture in the leaves. This is new. I don't know what this is. Do you know what this is?
I'm not sure either.
Yeah.
Zai just brought that one in.
These are really pretty too. These are another type of peperomia. Grow very well indoors. Also the more succulent varieties.
This is where the Vireas are the happiest. Up here where it is bright and sunny.
Are you growing these in glass balls just for a kind of aesthetic reasons or to kind of get kind of intrigued?
A little extra humidity and just another way to display them to help spark that interest. This guy is actually an aquatic one. He's up there in the moss. It's Utricularia.
Oh.
It's one that has its bladder pod that sucks in the water and the insects inside of it.
What is this actually?
Biblis?
I'm kind of touching it. Oh, look at, do you see the crane, or the flies that are stuck in it?
Uh-huh.
Oh my goodness.
Yep, so it's doing our pest control for us.
Yeah, indeed.
So I'll point you to one of my favorites over here. This is Begonia insignis, cabbage tree or cabbage palm.
I just got one of these.
Oh, yes?
It does not look like it's doing as well as this. Does it go through dormancy is my question.
Here it doesn't.
Okay.
They do, like this one, spent about 6 months flowering almost every day.
Wow.
And it really took a lot of the reserves out of it. The leaves have gotten smaller, but it hasn't gone fully dormant yet.
But it typically would go dormant.
I believe so.
Okay, because mine, I think either it went dormant. I mean, it's still
Green and juicy.
It's got some turgidness to it. So I was like, I think, you know, sometimes with those succulents, you just,
Yes.
I mean, it's approaching winter, and I don't know if it's a winter or summer dormant plant, and I'm hoping it's a winter dormant plant because it lost all its leaves, and I'm like, oh, it looks...
Just be careful about the watering. Now you're going to be prone to over...
No watering usually. I usually withhold it for a certain amount of time.
You can see these long floral tubes here. This is why the plant is endangered. The habitat is still there. They grow on the rocky cliff faces on Hawaii, like the Nepali coast on Kauai and on a few of the other islands. But the moth that pollinates them with this long proboscis has disappeared. So there's very little recruitment. And so they're actually really easy to pollinate and to propagate in cultivation. They cross-pollinate really easily. We just have to get them to sync up and flower at the same time. And the National Tropical Botanical Garden is doing some great work in conserving these guys.
Very cool.
We'll head out onto the cloud walk.
Excuse me if I'm like doing like neck craning and rubbernecking and like...
Stay tuned because there are 2 more episodes in this 5-part series of Gardens by the Bay. And if you enjoyed this video, then give it a thumbs up. And if you're keen to support the channel, then click on the subscribe button and hit the notifications bell while you're at it so you don't miss a beat. And remember, you can follow along on my blog at homesteadbrooklyn.com and Instagram at homesteadbrooklyn. And dive into the recently released Houseplant Masterclass, the first comprehensive online course on houseplant cultivation, care, and maintenance at houseplantmasterclass.com.